Sir, good afternoon, Professor Amit, sir. May I start, sir? Thank you, sir. So, good afternoon to one and all. The third day of FDP on professional development of teachers, especially the innovative techniques for professional development of teachers in higher education. Today's speaker, Professor Amit Kausar, the youngest professor in Assam in general and the whole nation in particular. I met sir in 2014 at NEPA, National Institute of Education Planning and Administration. That time, now it is an institution. That time it was university. And along with ma'am, I met a Professor Deepa Kauts ma'am also. Based on sir and ma'am and other members' recommendation only, Pandit Madana Mohana Malaviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching Learning Centers and so many centers came up, and we are getting the benefits of the Pandit Madana Mohana Malaviya scheme. Sir has many national and international publications, presented papers, and organized many programs. Sir under Pandit Madana Mohana Malaviya scheme, Department of Education, School of Education, Guru Nanak Dev University organized n number of programs. Even many participants, they shared brochure, even through by inviting excellent resource person at national and global level. Even Scopus related journals, care list, how to publish articles. So it is a very few example only. There are so many things, because if you go through the SAR CV, it takes more than, I think, 60 to 80 pages. So we want to listen more from SAR only. Without wasting time, I am requesting Professor Amit Kausar to give lecture and presentation on people learning. I met Sir the second time in 2017. I did under Sir leadership, RC completed in education, 2017 October, sir. Still I remember those sweet days. I learned many things because of you. I got more than 10 to 15 friends from Amritsar itself. They are still in contact. I am sharing academic things with them. Khalsa College, our education department, and other DAV college, Dev College, and other colleges. Not only in Amritsar, all over Punjab and the nation. It is our pleasure and honors to see you again after a long time, 5 years, sir. We are eagerly waiting to listen you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Amar. It is really very nice to see you after a very long time. But I don't find much change in you. You seems to be exactly the same, when you met us. Before I start with the presentation, I'll request Dr. Amar to give me the right to share.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Now you can share, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
It is visible, sir. Make it a presentation mode, sir. Bas.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. I'm very happy that this program is being organized by the host institution, and I congratulate all of them, because kind of a topic it is, and the kind of topics you people have arranged in this 21 days workshop is really enlightening, and I'm very sure that the way things are happening, the way things are organized, the participants are going to get very good benefit out of this. So today I have to initiate a discussion on, I'm not going to talk much. I'm going to initiate a discussion on digital initiatives of Government of India and flip learning. But before I start talking about flip learning, I would like some kind of input from you by giving some input from my side also. Let me share with you some basic things about higher education in the country right now. We have around 1,000 Indian universities, including institutions of national repute. All right, and there are around 40 to 45,000 colleges, and this amount of this number of higher education institution is responsible for quality of higher education in the country. And when I say quality, let me make a benchmark for quality. What NEC says, I'm not getting into the nitty-gritties of it, but if NEC says that this is an institution which has got A++ with this CGPA ranking, so we say this is a quality institution. Similarly, when any institution is evaluated on international parameters, maybe that ranking is being done by Times, World Ranking Framework, whatsoever it is. So when they say that such and such university in such and such country is ranked 45th, is ranked 23rd in the world, is ranked 115 in the world, it ranks like all these ranking organizations, international ranking organizations, especially Times, they get a survey from 10,000 institutions across the world. And, in which Indian institutions of higher learning, as well as Indian universities, central and state universities, they also participate. Many of them, they participate. And you'll be surprised to know that not even a single institution out of 1,000 universities is able to come somewhere in say 100 top 100 institutions. Our IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, and IISC, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. These three institutions are coming between 150 and 200 out of 1,000 lists across the world. Now, this is something which is very discouraging for all of us, and that is why Government of India they initiated a project that we will try to identify some potential in Indian institutions, at least 10 institutions, which will be funded greatly to make them world-class institutions. Now, when I say world-class institution, like, world-class institution cannot be developed overnight. It has to have some kind of tradition. So, Government of India decided that let there be 5 institutions, which will be from government ones, and there will be 5 from private one. And to private, they will provide some kind of facilities, but they will not provide funding. But as far as government institutions are concerned, they are going to provide funding also to a larger extent. Now, this is one concern, not only for teachers, administrators, institutions, but by Government of India also, that our institutions of higher education should somehow come in competition with world-class institutions. But one thing which on this forum I'd like to request you to think about is, like, what is wrong with our education system that we are not able to, like, even those 3 institutions which are coming in the first 200, 150 to 200 ranking, even those are not Indian universities. They are Indian institutions, like, national institutions. IITs are national institutions. IISc is a national institute, wherein there's a lot of pumping of money by Government of India. Specialized institutions are there. They are coming as a highly ranked, institution, and that too, they are somehow coming in 150 to 200 ranking. Why it is so? Why it is so that our institutions, our universities are not able to compete with world-class institutions or those parameters which are specified by world ranking systems? I'd like to have some comments from your side. Participants can unmute themselves and speak, or they can put their observations in the chat box. I've already opened my chat box.
I'm going to unmute all, sir. I will make you.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Dr. Amar, can I speak?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Please, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Professor Amit, sir. Good afternoon. I am Asim Sinha, working in NEHU, Shillong. I am looking after the students of BTech in School of Technology and trying to give them the exposure of engineering chemistry under basic sciences and social sciences department. This is my
Okay.
brief introduction. I consider that I have a lot of responsibility to train and prepare the students of +2 who are the feeder cadre, and they are taken into towards the engineering to take up in a better and much better way for the country and for themselves. So now
Okay.
at this point, sir, the highlight which you have raised to us, that why it is happening in India that the institutes are not doing so well and trying to reach to the level of the ranking of the global standard. I think I may put my point of view or observation, if you kindly allow, in broad 3 verticals. Number one, this concept of ranking to stand in, whether it was an IRF taken nearly 5 years ago in 2016, if I am not mistaken, which was national, following the global pattern, and therefore coming into the global standards also. This is not so old to be taken up. Therefore, we are barely, I mean, if I can say so, as far as ranking concept is concerned, whether for IITs or IISc or IIMs, and followed by NITs and then central universities, etc. This is still in its infancy, in the sense, as far as concept is concerned, and to absorb and follow that, it is still in its infancy, because nearly 5, 6 or 7 years old concept launched in India for higher education, to look into this perspective also, besides whatever we are doing in the research and training, or teaching and research. So far we have been involved. Sir, it is a very, I will not say, I will not use, better not use the term vicious, but it is very complex phenomenon actually, the higher education teaching also. Because the mode of selection, the criteria of selection set by UGC for the teachers, number one. So the concept of innovation, or concept of the science responsibility towards society, parallel to, or for taking the example from CSR, that is corporate social responsibility. So similarly, science social responsibility, education social responsibility, and so on. So therefore, this idea has been rooted and taken up by the government first, and then later on handed over to the education institutes. I'll say very recently, in terms of years, I will say it around 7, 8 years only. My data may be wrong, I may be corrected, need to be corrected. This is one. So it's still the concept of understanding and its need, utility is very important. So that kind of selection of the teachers, even though the teachers under the variable regulations of UGC, time to time, the standard to be maintained in higher education, that has been coming up stringent and stringent in terms of quality to maintain. But I think still more focus is required for keeping a particular institute, whether government aided or private run, in the towards focus has to be towards the our ranking also. Now, second vertical, this was a time factor. Second vertical is which is quite categorically different, is how much do an institute and the stakeholders within that. For me, the stakeholders as far as institute ranking is concerned are only two. One is the teaching side and teachers, and other is students. So the student intake also is important, the quality, and the mentoring time to time, with a focus again that we have to stand somewhere, outshine in the global scenario. So that has to be a continuous process. So curriculum has to be designed, in my understanding, accordingly, at least part, maybe 20% or something. I have been discussing with my technology colleagues also, that those who are directly involved in the teaching of technology core papers, that why not we have the understanding of our BTech program of particular discipline, whether it is electronics communication, whether it is information technology, and quite more. Why don't we have something that if one student passes BTech in electronics communication engineering from NEHU, then he or she will be equipped with special knowledge of this thing, that is specialization. So I kept getting the answer to this kind of my feeling that no, at BTech level, we generally do not have the specialization concept. It is the broad base, just like a pyramid. So it is the base foundation we have to give.
These skills.
So, sir, therefore, I feel we have to come, not only we have to think out of the box, I think we have to come out of the box as well. We have to think quite many things and try to launch them in, as experiment to see that whether we are able to do something new, different, and which is helpful for ranking also. And the third vertical is, sir, so this is about teaching. Research also is important. I mean, of late, I should say, the present government has been talking about innovation, and therefore also talking about not only, there has been a roadmap which is built up by the government time to time. Firstly, there was a encouragement of innovation in the research. Means you bring out the product. Then they say that why not it should be patentable. So it is not only for technology, that is also one concept we are carrying very, in my understanding, a lot of confusion or illusion is there that the moment.
Your points are well taken. Like, one is that, ICT usage has to be there. Another is research has to be promoted.
Yes.
And one more thing which you said is, lack of clarity in the awareness about ranking.
Yes, awareness of ranking.
Yeah, and there are some other observations also in the chat box. One is, somebody says that, it is more like the present education system is more theoretical. So we need to be more practical, right?
Yes.
Huge gap in policy planning. All policies are prepared for the faculties, but these should be student-centric, which may help us in reality. We lack creative learning too, lacks practical learning, which is useful for the job. Indian education is more theoretical, right? Yes. So some of infrastructure facilities, yes. Let me share with you like some parameters. When it comes to that, we are not aware about ranking. Probably it is not a question of ranking. It is a question of functioning of an institution. Yes, of course, when we are into the competition of ranking, probably we become more focused on the parameters which are part of the ranking framework. But ultimately, when some framework is also developed, it is developed keeping in view the quality parameters. So whether ranking is there or not, ultimately, as teachers, as institutions, as administrators, we need to function in a qualitative way. So we need to develop a culture of quality. And if that is happening, any kind of framework comes, we are going to fit it into that, right? So at present, let me share with you some parameters of world ranking framework. One parameter which they say is academic reputation. Academic reputation. Now I'm going to give you some examples. What kind of even in NIRF, if you just see their parameter, one parameter is very important is that they take feedback from various stakeholders, and those stakeholders are students, those stakeholders are teachers, those stakeholders are parents of the students, those stakeholders are industrialists or employers, those stakeholders are eminent people from the society. Now, NIRF, when you apply for NIRF, National Institutional Ranking Framework, so what happens is they ask you to give the email of your alumni, email of present institution, present students, and list of emails of the faculty and some surrounding industrialists or employers. And randomly, they are going to select those emails and going to send them some performers which are to be filled by them. So ultimately, you cannot tamper with those feedback issues. So what happens is you need to develop a quality support system, a quality mechanism in the institution. If you want that feedback is positive, meaning thereby the academic reputation is perceived better. And how academic reputation is perceived better? What are the problems which students or parents face these days? Like, when you apply, you don't get the right kind of information about admissions, where to apply, how to apply, what is the fee structure, how to pay the fee. Now, this is the initial thing. Once the student is admitted, he gets a lot of time to know what syllabus he is going to study. And what are the resources he can consult to review his curriculum and to make some mind what he's going to study. So he doesn't have know-how of that until he reaches the classroom. And classroom teacher tells him, now this is the syllabus which you have to study the whole year. Second problem. Third is whenever they have to get any ID, they have to apply for library, they have to get some facility like a gym or swimming pool or anything else. If they want some certificate from head of the department or from administration, so they find it is very lengthy. Number one, it is very cumbersome. So what happens when it comes to the teacher and teacher teaches? Maybe teacher is teaching very effectively, but he is fed up with the system. He has to miss his classes and move from one department to another one to get his basic things done. Maybe he has to, get his, bank account open or so many other things. This is number one. Second thing is when it comes to the classroom, second kind of feedback he will take from the teachers, like how teachers teaches. Now here we can have a lot of discussion on that, but this is second aspect. Third aspect is what is the kind of support system you have in the university? What is the kind of support system and grievance redressal system you have in the university? So or the college. So these are some of the things which make perception of the student. Whether you are able to meet your head of the department is very accessible, or your vice chancellor or principal is very accessible. Sometimes you don't see your principal at all for like you studied in an institution for 3 years and you haven't seen. You don't know who is the principal. Sometimes you are into a university for 2 or 3 years for a postgraduate program and you don't know who is the vice chancellor, whether vice chancellor is accessible or not, whether he's interacting with the students or not. So there are certain parameters which are very, very important as far as perception is concerned. I'm just sharing with you one model, and try to understand what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about first parameter of world ranking, that is academic reputation. Now, for example, it's my university and I put all the information about admission on the university portal. I advertise it also. Now, I can go on university website and see what are the postgraduate courses open there. When I just click that portal, I can see if I want to do MA Sociology. Now, what is the syllabus for MA Sociology? What I'm going to learn. So just by looking at different courses, it's not only theoretical knowledge, like what is the eligibility, what is the duration, what is the split of the seat, but on that portal, when you just click MA Sociology, you find that what syllabus you are going to study if you take admission into that. You also see that how the contents of the syllabus are going to help me to get which types of jobs. So kind of jobs you can get after doing MA Sociology, that is also specified. And it is also specified, like, if you do MA Sociology, what kind of graduate attributes you are going to develop during 2 years' time. So he is eligible for 3 MA in Sociology, MA in History, MA in English. He is eligible for that. He studied these three subjects in his graduation. And now he should decide which MA he wants to do. So he can just, click on MA Sociology, MA History, and MA English and see what he is to study in these 2 years, number one. If you study this, what kind of graduate attributes he is going to develop. And number three, what kind of job opportunities are there if he does this course. Now, this portal, which is giving this information, he need not call and consult somebody. He can see things on the university portal, on admission portal, one. Then he decides, okay, I'm going to do MA Sociology. And there is a link, apply, and register yourself through this link on that portal only. So he clicks, he registers. He has to pay registration fee. Payment link is there itself. Once he make the payment on that portal only, his ID is created, and from this ID, he submit this all information and submit it. The information goes to the department that such and such person has applied. So they can download your application form from there, and there it will come only when you have paid registration fee, number one. Now, last days is over, and after last day, the department review all the applications and put on the portal the merit list. Okay, and if he has some doubt, the department has some doubt, they can ask them to send a hard copy or soft copy through a specified email. Departments tells it, and you don't insist on some attested copy. You say you can just send a self-attested copy. You are an adult, so you take the responsibility. It comes on the basis of that. They give a provisional admission list, and from there, if you want to, if you are admitted and you want to pay the fee, there is a link there, and the moment you pay the fee, you are given a ID and a password of your course. So what you do is you go on the university portal and put your ID and password. The moment you click it, so the syllabus would come there. And it's not only the syllabus which was presented earlier. Now, when syllabus is presented before you, in front of the syllabus, you have some links. For every topic, you have some link. There is a video link. There is a audio link. There is a e-content in front of that chapter. There are some assignments here. There are some question sheet, maybe in a Google form, that is there. So against each chapter, you have these four kind of things which are available. In addition to that, from there only you can download your university ID, and which can be then laminated later on. Now, this ID is going to work as a ID of the student, that you are a student of that university, number one. Number two, it also acts like a library card to you. It also acts a card to enter into a swimming pool. It also acts a card for entering to gym. So you put some money into that card and you keep availing the services, and wherever you avail the facility, the monthly rental of that service would be debited from your account, from this ID. So it's a single ID which is created by the university. The moment you give the fee. Now, once you become a member, so what you do is you can put your ID, and there is a link in your student corner only, link to the e-library of the university. E-resource of the library. So from where you can see what are the books available related to your own subject, number one. You can download it freely. You can use it freely. And if there is some book which is in hard copy, so what you can do is from that link only you can find out whether that book is available in your library or not. You can search it from your own laptop. And if that book is available, you can also know that whether that book is issued or is available. If available, then at which floor, on which rack that book will be available. The location of the book is already there. You can go and visit library in a physical mode, pick that book, and get it issued. Are you getting the point? So, till now, you have not reached your department. Your classes have not started. But you have, for each of the chapter which you have to cover in a semester, in a particular course, against each chapter, you have some e-content you have some video, you have some video, audio, you have some assignments, you have some discussion forum. Teachers are linked with that. So university has a learning management system. Right now we are on Cisco, I think. Are we on Cisco right now, Dr. Amar?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here, sir. I'm here, sir.
Are we working on?
Yes, sir, it is on Cisco.
Yeah. So we have Cisco WebEx, we have Zoom, we have Google Meet, we have so many other tools. So all these tools are not teaching tools. All these tools are conferencing tools. I'm speaking right now, you are listening. So this tool is going to work like that. But as far as teaching is concerned, yeah. Sorry, I couldn't get it. Speak a little louder. Somebody wants to say something?
No, sir. I muted all, sir. They can't speak, sir. They can text only. They can't speak.
Okay. Perfect. You can unmute them, no? Yes, you can unmute them. Whenever they want to say something, they want to speak something, they want to comment something, they can.
एमरजेंसी होंगे
कोई भी दे दे भाई के है पता नहीं
Live it.
Because what they're doing, na, sir, they are listening us and at the same time talking with others. So it disturbs. So it is not good to unmute all.
No, you should make a culture that, if they're there, either they should mute themselves or they should speak with the speaker. Otherwise, there will be no interaction, no.
No, sir, that one we are giving at the end, sir. Actually, we are giving at the end.
All right.
After 1 hour of presentation, we are giving, sir, opportunity.
Okay, perfect. So, the participants can write in the chat box whenever they feel like writing something. When I'm asking something, even they can respond to the chat, right? So, we'll just communicate something. So now, try to see if we have made such kind of system wherein before coming to the student has an ID of the university, and through that ID, he can access library, he can access different support systems, and he will also get the syllabi. He will also get some self-instruction module, some video, some assignment, some question. So what happens? Before coming to class, he has some fair idea about what he is to learn in a whole year. Now, this is something which is going to develop some kind of perception in the mind of the learner about the institution, whether that is a college or that is a university. This is number one. So, as a institution, we have to make and develop facilities in such a manner that students start feeling positive about the institution. And when he's coming to the department for learning, he is coming with a lot of positivity, number one. Number two, now he comes to the classroom. Yeah. So, when the students come to the classroom, now there are 2-3 challenges. Challenges for students also and challenges for teachers also. Teacher has a challenge that there is a syllabi given to the teacher and he is to complete that syllabi. So curriculum, relevance of curriculum and quantum of curriculum is a challenge in front of the teacher. So teacher is overburdened. And, teacher doesn't do only teaching. Teacher does so many other things since NAC and all these kind of things came. Earlier, teacher used to do only 2 things. One is teaching and second is research. But now, there are a lot of limitations, like you follow UGC norms, you follow NAC parameters, you also try to conduct research. Like I remember, in 90s, professors used to take 4, 5, 6 periods a day, a week. 4, 5 periods a week. And they used to do a lot of research work. Like, recently, 3, 4 years back, we were organizing some seminar. And in that seminar, some professor of JNU came, Jawaharlal Nehru University came. And, she delivered a wonderful lecture based on a lot of research work, which she herself carried out, along with his two associates, means project fellows and all. And I was very impressed. So I was sitting with one of the professor who was in Central University from, Delhi only. I said, these teachers really work very hard. Like, kind of, research things they could, kind of, analysis they make. And she, the one who was from some other university, she just laughed and, told me to ask that professor of JNU that how many periods does she take in a week in JNU. And we came to know it was 5 to 6 periods a week. Whereas in any central university or state university, teachers are taking, 18, 16 and 14. This is the norm of UGC. You are supposed to take. When you are taking 16 periods a week, how much time do you get to do really good research? So this is one aspect that, when you're teaching, you need to, you need to see that, how much teaching burden you have. When I'm saying that teacher is coming to the classroom and he has a burden of completing a syllabus, and not only one class, second class, third class, and fourth class. So this is one challenge that, if we are thinking of some innovative ideas, somebody said here that, teachers need to be very creative. Yes, of course. If teachers are creative, then only you can make students creative. Otherwise, you can't. You can't. Now, when we say that teacher has to teach in such a manner that student feels that they are much benefited, not in terms of marks. Now, somebody said that, our education system is more theoretical. Our education system is more theoretical. Somebody said it in chat box only. So why they are theoretical? Because they have a lot of burden of work. So one challenge in front of us is how to reduce that burden, so that we get some time wherein we do some reflective teaching. We do some interactive teaching. We do some participatory teaching. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes or no? Type something, yes or no. Participants can type something like, are they with me or not? Yes, perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So as teachers, I find sometimes that, why we are more theoretical, there are two reasons for it. One is we do not know how to teach. One thing is we do not know how to teach, how to make teaching student-centric. This is what somebody has said, that, teaching has to be student-centric. We do not know how to make teaching student-centric, right? Number one, this is one challenge. So as teachers, we need to learn that, we become more student-centric, number one. Number two, when you become student-centric, you take more time, you need more time to elaborate and reflect, on the content. You take more time if you have to take the length and breadth of the content. If you take length and breadth of the content, it's not working. Just a minute. My PPT is not moving, no? Yeah, this is moving. Yeah.
Moving, sir. Moving.
Moving. Perfect. So, teacher has to teach in such a manner that you take the length and breadth of the content. For example, I'm basically a teacher of geography and education, right? So I'm into education, but my basic discipline is geography. Now, I'm not taking example from education because most of the teachers who would be here would be from different subject areas, right? Right, Amar? There are some teachers from engineering. There will be some teachers from languages, some from social sciences, like that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'll not take the content of education because that's common to everybody. And this is what I'm really teaching today, the content of education. But while teaching content of education, I take content of geography as a means. So the medium is the content area of education, and this discipline is something which I have to take as a means, and I will like to develop the content knowledge, right? Now, when I'm teaching, whether that's geography or that's literature or that's sciences or social sciences, so I have to understand one thing, that I can teach that subject through a lecture method. Like I have a content of geography, I go in the classroom, I try to make my teaching more effective. So what I do is I make some PPT. So on PPT, there are certain basic points which I want to discuss. So I keep on, moving on my PPT, and I keep on elaborating the content which is there in the PPT. So some fixation in the mind of the learner is taking place because something visual is there. In between, I can ask them some questions, they can respond to it, right? So what happens is, normally in a classroom, what we do is we deliver content because I have to complete my syllabus. So there's a lot of focus in my mind that I have to complete my syllabus, right? So I deliver content, and to larger extent, I try that I make them understand. I make them understand, right? And after doing this, once I complete like 1 hour teaching, so I'm delivering some content, and I'm making them understand, right? After that, what I do, maybe I ask them to do project work. I ask Sandeep, Sandeep wants to say something.
Amar sir.
Sir, I will mute all.
Yeah, please mute all.
Please, sir, continue,
All
sir.
right.
Actually, for the
So-
benefit of participants, I allowed the sir, but they are misusing what we can.
I know, but what you can do is you can unmute everybody, but you can mute somebody if somebody is not able to manage or avail that autonomy. Somebody wrote that comment also, like teachers are not autonomous. Autonomy, it cannot. Autonomy is always deserved. Like if you do good work, nobody is going to interfere into your autonomy. But if you don't complete the syllabus, somebody is going to interfere. So you can have a lot of variety of methods of teaching, but one condition is that you have to complete your syllabus. So you have to fall into discipline. Then only you get autonomy. Yeah. So now you are in the classroom and you are delivering content. You are delivering content, right? And you are also trying to make the learners understand that. And after that, you give them some assignment, some kind of project work. And you can ask them, like, this is what you do. Sometimes you say some homework is given to them. So they are asked to do, rewrite something. They are asked to make some review paper. They are asked to do some practical work. They are asked to collect something and analyze something like that. And those assignments are submitted to the teachers for reflections. The teacher is very busy and there are around 70, 80 students in the classroom. So you don't reflect, you don't get time to go through those assignments, but you are to give some kind of sessional marks. So you give a sessional marks, but on the basis of your perception. Normally, this is what happens. But now try to understand. When we teach this way, what's happening? we are not coming into any kind of quality framework. We are not able to compete with world-class institutions. Why? Because students, they get more of theoretical knowledge, right? So they are sitting in the classroom and they get 80 marks also, but when they are employed, they are misfit. They are not able to do that work which their employer asked them to do. So there is an issue of employability skills. You do a master's degree, you spend 3 or 4 years in graduation, you spend 2, 3 years in post graduation. After that, when you get a job on the basis of that, you are not able to conduct or perform that task which you are supposed to do. Number one, maybe you are able to do it, but you are a misfit in the organization. So what's there? Maybe you don't have the competence, skills to perform the task, or maybe you don't have the soft skills. When I'm saying soft skills, what does it mean? It means, am I able to communicate very effectively with my, with my peers? Am I fluent in the language I'm speaking? Number one. Number two, am I competent to integrate ICT for bringing efficiency in my functioning? If I'm a teacher, I use ICT, I integrate ICT and make my teaching effective. If I become a bank officer, I integrate ICT and do my banking work very effectively. If I'm into any insurance, so I use ICT and become a very effective insurance person. If I become a scientist, so I use ICT and become a good scientist. If I become a bureaucrat, I use ICT and become a better bureaucrat. So when I'm talking about ICT, I'm not talking about ICT as a content. I'm talking about ICT as a means which can bring effectiveness in me as a professional. So I need to be fluent in my language. I need to be fluent in the usage of ICT. I need to be effective in problem solving. I need to be effective in solving problems. Is it this way that something which is my seniors, my mentors, they trained me in something, and I keep on doing that thing in the same way they taught me. I don't try something new to make me effective. When some new problem comes, I'm a failure. Why? Because I'm not conditioned to solve problems. I don't see problems. Somebody tells me something to be done in a particular way, I keep on doing it. But when some new challenge comes, I am feel hesitant. I try to oppose that change. So that is a problem in Indian students. Similarly, I'm not very prompt and effective in taking decisions. So decision making again is a soft skill. Yeah, I'm not very creative. Above all, I'm living in a society which is democratic in nature. Our country is democratic, right? So, do I possess democratic skills, democratic values? Do I develop democratic values amongst my students? For example, like, I taught a student for 2 years geography. And after that, after teaching geography for 2 years, when he goes in the society, when he goes in the society and he's working in an organization, he tries, when some discussion is taking place, he's shouting. He doesn't give arguments. He doesn't work with the strength of the argument. Whenever he is to press his point of view, he is shouting. He is somehow violent. When somebody opposes his point of view, he thinks as if the other person is enemy of that person. Why he does that? Because somehow as a teacher, I'm a failure. I could not develop in him the patience to listen to others' point of view. I did not teach him that when you have to give some point of view from your side, you have to give it with the strength of arguments. rather than speaking loudly. You're not to be violent. There's no need of violence. What you need to do is you need to present your arguments in a polite manner. If somebody is saying something, I must try to understand why he is talking this way, which seems to be opposite to my point of view. Maybe his context is different. So do I try to understand his point of view and then develop my own argument and try to convince the other person of the strength of the argument? Why our education system is not able to do that? Because we have seen always autocracy. Teacher comes and teacher is the leader. And anything teacher says is going to be accepted. And our sitting pattern, see, how do we sit? I'm sitting here, if my students are sitting across, they're facing towards me. All of them, they are facing towards me. So I am standing at a privileged position and they are somebody who are going to receive that. They're going to receive what I'm saying. And I'm a final authority. Somebody said it, that teaching should be student-centric. But how? That is a big issue. Because they learn under what we say. Now, what we are demonstrating, that I'm standing at a higher position. I'm saying, giving lectures, understanding. So they have a feeling that they are at a receiving hand. And somebody who's teaching them is at some higher place. So anything he says is correct. And I'm going to understand the way he teaches me. One more thing, which somebody wrote, differentiated instruction. Yes. So what's happening in the traditional classroom setup, that I as a teacher is teaching in one way, right? And what happens? That there are variety of students in the classroom. Now, when I'm saying variety, it means all students, they are different. And they need to learn differently. Somebody needs to learn, if you just see the types of learners, you will find few people, they learn by listening, few people, they learn by looking at things. Some students, they learn by doing things. So you have different types of learners. You have some learners who are very intelligent. You have some learners who are less intelligent. There are certain learners who are very creative, and there are certain students who are very, very intelligent, streamlined. They don't think differently. They think in a streamlined manner. There are students who study more, who read more. There are students who do not read more. There are students who get a lot of facilities at home. They have got separate study rooms. There are students who are living in one room along with his parents. So you have different types of learners, and what in traditional setup, what we do, one teacher teaches with one style to all the students, and what happens? All of them, they have different marks. They have different marks because you taught in the same way. And there could be another way of looking at it, that you teach differently. You try to ensure that everybody achieves more than 80% marks. But for ensuring this, as a teacher, you need to teach differently in the classroom. So it is for the teacher to decide how he's going to teach. So I give you one example. I told you that how you can teach. Now I'm going to give you one example, keeping in view this hierarchy. This hierarchy basically is given by Benjamin S. Bloom. And he says that if you want to develop mind of the learner, you have to give him knowledge. You have to make him understand about that knowledge. Then you have to ensure that he is competent to apply that knowledge. He's able to break that knowledge into parts and understand each part, right? Then he should be able to understand it in integrity and synthesis. Then he's able to solve problems, evaluate different kind of situations, and create something new. Now, this is what is the hierarchy of the mind. And as a teacher, you are not to just finish your journey by making students learn, but you have to extend it to application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. All right? How to do it? I just give you one example from geography field. For example, there's a topic, clouds. Clouds. Now, when I have to teach clouds, what I'm going to tell them, like how clouds are formed, what is the process of formation of clouds, number one. Number two, like what are different types of clouds? Number three, how do you differentiate different types of clouds? Number four, how do you understand the total cycle of water circulation? So different processes are there: evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Then you also try to tell that when you see a particular cloud, then you identify on the basis of different parameters, maybe height of from the land. There are certain clouds which are at a very high altitude. There are certain clouds which are at a lower altitude. There are certain clouds which are dark gray in color. There are certain clouds which are white in color. There are certain clouds which are very large. There are some clouds which are very small, but they have a shape. Now you tell them that also, and thereafter, you move ahead in hierarchy. You also teach them by taking them outside the classroom to identify, which cloud is of which type, and then you try to tell them which are the different processes which help the cloud to precipitate. Like there are certain clouds, they come and they go. There are certain clouds, they come and they give rain. They give snow. So what is that condition in which snow would come? What is that condition where rain would fall, water would fall? You have to make them understand. All right. So you make them competent to apply that knowledge and then to predict whether a particular cloud is going to give rain or not. And after that, creation, problem solving. For example, there is a island which is surrounded by sea water, and that island is not is not giving any vegetation or habitation. So no persons are living there, and there is lack of vegetation also. Why? Because there is no rainwater there. There is no drinking water there. Right? You can't drink sea water. Similarly, sea water cannot help the trees to grow. Yeah. So if that is the condition, whether the way you taught will make students competent to solve this problem and make some kind of situation there when evaporation takes place, when condensation takes place, and there is a kind of rainfall which is created by the students, and students will think of different ways. Just a minute. Yeah. Yes. You make them competent that they are able to solve this problem, and solving this problem means they are able to create those kind of situations there that evaporation takes place, formation of clouds takes place, and then there is a precipitation. Now, this situation is created by the students in consultation with one another, by using the knowledge which you gave, by solving the problem through searching on the net. Because when you teach in such a manner that he is learning so many things. So if you are able to take this topic of clouds, merely sharing knowledge, one aspect, then making them understand second level, then making them apply that knowledge another level, then developing some kind of linkages in different parts of clouds or different processes of clouds, and then using that to predict something, and then if there is some problem which can be solved through this understanding of this topic, then solving that problem by using all this understanding. If you are able to teach in such a manner, that means you have not taught at knowledge or understanding level. You have taught across the levels and you reach to the highest level of learning. This is what has to be done. If we want higher ranking, it means we need people who are problem solvers. We need people who can take decisions. We need people who are fluent in ICT. We need people who are, conversant with the different languages. We need people, who believes in democracy. We need people who can work in teams. We need people who can cooperate with one another. We need people who can collaborate with one another for some betterment, for some research. But how these skills are going to develop in the classrooms? Because when we talk about parameters of world ranking, we say research output. When research output is going to come? Research output would be higher if we conduct some additional work and we publish in journals which are Web of Science Index or which are Scopus Index, so that we get better citation. Because one of the parameters of world ranking framework is citation per faculty. Are you getting the point? Now, citation will come when you do some original research work. You publish in quality journals. And quality journals means, which are indexed with Web of Science and Scopus. Why so? Because if you publish in those journals, then only your citation is computed automatically. Otherwise, there are issues, when ranking frameworks come. And when you have teaching to such kind of quality, if you teach this way, if you conduct some good research, you have better, better academic reputation. Along with system support, which I told earlier, like your system is such that there is least hassles for the students. So anything which you require is very transparent and is available on the portal. So once you do that, so what is going to happen? You are going to attract foreign students because you are a quality institution. You are going to attract foreign faculty. They are again parameters for world ranking. So basic purpose of teaching learning is to develop a quality environment. And when I'm talking of quality environment, I'm telling that when as a teacher I'm teaching in the classroom, I have an intention that I could develop the mind of the learner. I could develop the hands, meaning thereby the skills, the competencies, and then I have to develop the heart, meaning thereby the attitudes. What I was talking about, soft skills. I think positively, I think creatively, this is how we are going to do. Now, this is what's happening in traditional classrooms. I don't say all teachers are teaching this way, but most of the teachers are doing this way. Now, I gave you this Bloom's taxonomy: remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. This is the same hierarchy which I shared in the previous slide. Now, what we are doing, we are giving them knowledge, we are giving them material, and we are making them understand. And after that, we give them some assignment. This is what we do. And many times, those assignments are not evaluated in a transparent way. We don't give feedback. Many times, I'm saying not always. Some teachers, they do. But there are very few cases like that. So what happens is students do not take pains in making their assignments. Why? Because they know it, nobody's going to check that. Nobody's going to give feedback to them. So this traditional model has to be changed to a flipped model. And what is that flipped model? That, something which is very easy. You see, these days, when you have internet, so giving information is very important, very, very, very easy. Similarly, making somebody understand is very easy again. But, creating such kind of classroom environment wherein students, they're able to predict on the basis of knowledge they learned. They're able to solve problems on the basis of, what you have learned in the classroom. Similarly, they are able to create new solutions to different problems related to that subject which you have taught. No, that is not happening in the classroom, and which is most challenging. And what is most challenging, what we do, we ask them to do at home. And what's very easy, we are teaching them in the classroom. So flip model says that what is easy, you ask students to do at home. And what is difficult, you ask students to come in the classroom and you facilitate that. You do that. You are there when they are doing that work. And how that work can be done, and how this remembering and understanding can be done at home. These are two things which I have to share with you now. Okay? Is that okay? I've got two challenges now. I've got
Sir, please.
me, and I've got two challenges. One is I have to tell you people that how we can learn the content and we can understand the content sitting at home, right? And how we can go to application level, analysis level, evaluation, creation, meaning thereby how do I develop competence and how do I develop soft skills while in the classroom. Okay, should I go ahead? Should I go ahead?
Please, sir.
So I'm just, I'm just stopping presenting. Yeah, I have stopped presenting and I'm going to share another slide with you now. Now we have understood what is flipping. Flipping is what we were doing in the classroom earlier. Now we are going to do at home in flip room mode. And what we were asking them to do at home, now we are going to do in the classroom without extending the time, without wasting more time, because we have a pressure of completing syllabus also, right? So I'm sharing with you another slide now, which is in PDF mode. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
We're able to see that. That's perfect. So should I make it a little bigger?
Perfect, sir.
Is okay?
Yes, sir. A little bit you minimize, sir. Some more you can minimize, sir. Some more, because in the down.
It's okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now we are going to understand how to create a flipped classroom. Right. Now, one thing is there that, if we create a flipped classroom wherein we get more time for the classroom and we get more time for reflective activities, like, we try to develop more team spirit, we try to develop leadership qualities, we try to develop democratic values, we try to develop language fluency, we try to develop ICT usage while deliberating a discussion on what? On the content you are teaching. That content could be a geography, clouds. That content could be language. That content could be social science. That content could be physics. That content could be chemistry, right? So we are teaching content. We are not deviating from the curriculum. But the way we teach, it will give us a additional benefit of democratic values, additional benefit of team spirit, additional benefit of language fluency, additional benefit of ICT fluency, additional benefit of decision-making skills, additional benefit of problem-solving skills, right? Okay, let's go ahead. How? Just a minute. So, we have to plan out of class activities or home activities and in-class activities. And then we have to plan for assessment, how to assess the learning. And then, remedial action. This is the whole cycle. So 3 things are to be planned. One is outside class activities. So first of all, we'll just get into outside. Just a minute. I have got a call, important call, right? Hello. Namaskar ji. ठीक है. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. So let me go ahead. So these 4 things are to be planned. Okay, let me go ahead. Yeah. Now, if we have to plan, outside activity or home activity, so what we need to do as teachers? As teachers, I have to analyze content. So when you have, for example, I took one topic today, that is clouds. So what I have to do is I have to go through the syllabus and see to it that for completing the syllabus, what content do I require? So I take one base book and then I take some reference material to justify the delivery of the content as per the syllabus. So once I compile that content, so what I do, I try to analyze that content. Analyze in terms of what? Analyze in terms of like what is the content? What is the content relevant in this this syllabus? Number 1 in this topic. Now, second is what are the skills? Like through this content, which skills I'm going to develop amongst my learners? So opportunities for skill development. And third, what areas of attitude I need to develop through this content. So I need to see the potential of content with respect to 3 aspects. What knowledge I have to deliver. 1, what skills I can develop through this content, and what attitudes can I develop through this content. So I identify the knowledge areas, I identify the skill areas, I identify the attitude areas. This is what is content analysis. And thereafter, one term which is very important from the point of view of teaching and learning in a more purposeful manner and in a more student-centric level. And for the first time in the history of the country, we got this term. We got this term that is learning objectives in a policy document. We have learning outcome-based curriculum now, learning outcome-based, teaching now, learning outcome-based evaluation now. These are the terms which are there in National Education Policy 2020 for the first time it has come. So before I go to the classroom, what I need to do is I need to analyze the content, and after that, I specify that, what are the learning outcomes for out of the class task. Like what they are supposed to do at home, what are going to be the learning outcomes of those activities, and what they are going to do in the classroom, what are going to be the learning outcomes for in-class task. Are you getting a point? So out of the class activities are based on remembering and understanding learning objectives. And in-class activities are designed for applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating, which are higher order thinking levels. Higher order thinking levels, right? So once you plan the learning outcomes, now you have to identify out of class tasks. You have to identify in-class activities. What we are going to do in the classroom, what activities you want to design in classroom, and what tasks you are going to perform at home. So what you are going to perform at home, that those tasks are to be specified, and what activities you as teacher you are going to organize in the classroom, those activities are to be identified, and thereafter you have to collect and create resources. You have to collect and create resources. I'll deliberate on these things in a much detailed way. And lastly, we'll identify evaluation strategies. Today, my focus will not be on evaluation strategies. That itself is a separate topic to be covered. But I'll cover these three aspects today. So now you have try to recall, when I was telling you that how you can make a support system which can get some kind of academic reputation in the minds of the learners. So I told you that once they give fees, so they'll be given a student corner. In that corner, they'll have their syllabus, and in that syllabus, you'll have different courses. In every course, you have some topics. Against each topic, what you were supposed to do? You were supposed to give the links of videos. You were supposed to give the links of audios. You were supposed to give the links of e-text. You were supposed to give a link of some questions. You will get a link of some assignments. All right. So that was basically, what you are supposed to do out of class tasks. So you have learning outcomes already prepared. So keeping in view the learning outcomes, what you have to do, you have to go on YouTube channel and try to search some video related to those learning objectives so that students can understand that, right? Am I correct? Are you getting me? Are you with me? Yes. Okay, fine. So what I need to do is, first of all, let's not get into the video first. Let's start from a basic thing, which you are already aware of. You already know that there is a book, and in that book there is a content. So what you need to do is you have to create a e-text, e-content out of that content, which is there in the book. So don't take whole content as such. It doesn't make a self-instructional module. It doesn't make a e-text, right? So as a teacher, you are not to just make a physical change, like something is hard and something you make it soft in the same way. No. What you need to do is you need to arrange the content, design the content in such a manner that for understanding that content, student doesn't need the teacher along with him. So what you do is you make a interactive content. You make it interactive content. For example, like, in learning, in distance mode, you have some, learning material. So they interact, dear learners. Today we are going to discuss this thing. For discussing this thing, the following are the learning outcomes you will achieve after reading the whole thing, right? And thereafter you define something. And then you ask some question. After asking question, you give some open space wherein they write something. And then assuming that they have written something right, good also, something wrong also. So you say, okay, yeah, some of the responses are very good. Let me rephrase the things for you. Then you explain every definition and, continue. So you insert some anecdotes there. You insert some stories there. You insert some flow diagram there. You insert some kind of, tabular data. You insert some diagram to make the things clear. So the teacher is not there, but if you go through that content and keep on reading, so the content is presented in a psychological way and in a simplified way. Right? So you share that content. Where do you share? On a learning management system, where you as teacher is there and all your students who are enrolled are also there. And nobody else can see. Because anything which you do on internet is visible to everybody. But when you are working with a learning management system, there is a structure in which you as teacher is available, students are available, okay? And anything which is happening on that portal, learning management system, only you as teacher and students as learners can see that. So you share, when you start teaching them a particular topic, so what you do is you make an announcement. Yes, you can use, you are right. Google Classroom is also one learning management system. And Moodle is another one. Moodle is another one. So you have different, some institutions, they have prepared their own learning management systems. So learning management system is one. So what you do is, dear students, we are going to, cover this topic today or in coming this week. Learning outcomes of this are as below. So you share with your students that what is expected of them covering this topic. Once you do that, you share the content. which I just explained you, and then you ask them to go and raise certain issues. Then you go on
तो
YouTube.
ये 100 PV हो गया तो इसमें अपने को
Yes,
कुछ
there's some issue. Is there an issue there?
I'm checking, sir. I'm checking, sir. Who is speaking?
Yeah. If there is any question, they can raise that question. No issues. So, and try to find some similar kind of video which you require, keeping in view the requirement of your learning outcomes. You select one video out of so many, which is very close to your topic, and go through that yourself, and you found that this video is of 35 minutes, but relevant content is only of 12 minutes. So as teacher, you must know how to edit that video. There are so many softwares, free softwares, which can help you to edit that video. So what you do is you edit that video, and after editing that video, through your Google account, you go to YouTube and create your own channel there and try to upload this content in that YouTube channel, which you created for yourself. And what is the purpose? You put it in private. Don't make it public. So there will be no issue of copyright because you use somebody's content, try to use it a licensed one who is giving you the freedom to edit it, but still be cautious about it that, when you edit it, try to put it, as unlisted in your YouTube channel. And once you upload that, just take the link of your YouTube video which you edited and share it in your learning management system. Don't share it as such. Share along with some questions, some reflective questions, some short quiz, so that students know what is expected of you after watching this video. So what student is to view in the video is already specified by asking some questions. So they are not watching it as an entertainment, they are watching it as a instructional strategy. Okay, so video is there, and after that, you can have TED lectures, you can have TED lessons. All these things are available online, and thereafter, you create your own videos. Now, screencasts, Loom, Presentation Tube, Studio, UBS Studio. These are some software, free softwares through which you can, make your videos. When I'm saying make your videos, it means, through Presentation Tube, what you can do is you can insert your PPT, your face would be visible, and when you're speaking and explaining your PPT, that is recorded. That is recorded. And again, after your completion of your recording, you can edit that. And after editing, you can upload it in your YouTube channel. And from there, again, you can share the link. So now what's, just a minute, there's another call. Hello? Anita? Jikro. Answer. अच्छा सेशन चल रहा है ना? हाँ, अच्छा जी, ठीक है जी। मैं 3:30 बजे खत्म होने वाला है 15 मिनट में। 15 मिनट में, हाँ जी, 15 मिनट में। हाँ, वही कह रहा हूँ, 3:30 हो गए, 15 मिनट तक खत्म। जी 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 जी, ठीक है, ठीक है, हाँ जी, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, बिल्कुल ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, जी जी। Yeah. So you have e-content, you have edited video. Now you prepared your own video. Now by doing these three things, what you did, you ensure that they remember, like they get knowledge, they get information, and they understand that also. So this is what has to be done in out of class task.
What will I leave in the fire? Good luck.
Then I'm just skipping so many other things, like there are open educational resources also which you can enter. But more important thing which I like to share with you is some activities which are related to inside classroom. What we can do in some problem. I don't know why it's getting very, very slow.
Because of internet issue only, sir.
That issue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let me share now. Once this out of school, out of class activities are done, now we have to focus on in-class activities. Now these activities are to be based on cooperative learning strategies, group activities, and clear learning outcomes. Right now, I would like to give you some like 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes explanation on how we are to organize in-class activity. One thing you have to understand that, in class, you're not to deliver the content that is already done. You're not to make the content understandable to them because they have already done it. Now, when they are in the classroom, after doing that work, now the students come to the classroom, right? Now, what is left? What is left is effective communication. What is left is problem solving skills. What is left is decision making skills. What is left is, taking the students, the content of your discipline from understanding to application to, analysis to synthesis and to, creation. So let's see how we do it. I gave you one example. I'm just giving you one example from the previous example which I took on clouds. I told you that when I have to teach them, I have to make certain learning outcomes. So we will make some learning outcomes on the basis of what are clouds. Number one. So I take one subtopic of clouds. What are clouds? Number two subtopic is how clouds are formed. Number three, third subtopic is that how to identify different types of clouds. Number four, how to predict. Number five, how to create different kinds of situations or how to solve different kind of problems on the basis of understanding of the first four topics. So we create 5 subtopics, right? Now, students already know, they have information, they have understood information. Now, when I'm in the classroom, for example, it's a class of 40 students, okay? It's a class of 40 students, right? Now, when there are 40 students, I divide them into 8 groups. In each group, there are 5 topics. And why they are, in each group, there are 5 students. Why 5 students? Because I decided that there are 5 subtopics of my main topic. If I have 6 subtopics, so I'll make groups of 6 persons. Okay, so now I've got 40 students. I divide them into 8 groups. Every group has got 5 students, right? And every student is assigned one subtopic. Okay, so first group, first student, first subtopic. Second student, second subtopic. Third student, third subtopic. Fourth student, fourth subtopic. Fifth student, fifth subtopic. Okay, now they all discuss because they have already learned everything, every one of them. But they are designated subtopic wise. So they discuss something, and if there is some issue related to first subtopic, the first person clarifies on that. When somebody else is asking or raising some issue, so with relation to first subtopic, he is going to answer. He is going to reflect. And if something is not understandable to him also, he will just write it in his copy that this is what I need to clarify about this topic. Second topic, second subtopic, any discussion is happening in every group, so second person is going to reflect on that. If there are certain unresolved queries on second subtopic, he is going to write it down. So we give them 15-20 minutes time. They discuss everything. We give them some higher order thinking questions on which they are deliberating. And in that deliberation, first subtopic, second subtopic, third, fourth, fifth, all of them, they give their inputs, and where they don't have any answer to some question, they keep on writing. During that time, they have some ICT facilities also. They are free to use that. Number one. When they are discussing, if teacher finds somebody quarreling, fighting, so he facilitate them in the process of learning, telling them that, you are not to shout. Tell me what is the argument, what is your point of view? And you try to help him how to make your point, presentable in the group. If somebody is dominating, so you give him responsibility and tell, if you want to dominate, don't dominate with your gestures, dominate with your expertise. So the person who has more expertise, more understanding is going to have leadership quality. So, in that time, what we are doing, we are taking the content from understanding to creation simultaneously. Simultaneously, we are trying to develop soft skills with the intervention of the teacher. But if some student asks some question directly to the student, teacher doesn't respond. Teacher gives him sources from where he can collect that information. But he will not give ready-made solution to him. This is not the task of a facilitator. So you are there to help them, but not spoon-feed them. So they have to engage into discussion. They are doing everything. We are just helping them, creating that environment wherein they are interacting among themselves. Once that is done, so what we do is we redesign the groups. So, and what we do, we say from every group, one person was handling first subtopic. So all of them will club together. How many students will be there? 8. Because there are 8 groups. In each group, there was one person handling first subtopic. So 8 persons make one group, 8 persons make second group, 8 persons make third group for third subtopic, 8 groups, fourth subtopic, and fifth subgroup, fifth subtopic. So now 5 groups are formulated, and in each group there are 8 persons. All those 8 people are related to one subgroup, some subtopic. So they all had their own queries which they could not answer. So they are going to discuss their queries amongst those 8 people and get the answers after that discussion. 10-15 minutes goes on. And then they again make groups of 5 and try to first subgroup leader will give the clarification on the first points, on the first subtopic points. Second person will give clarification to all the group members. And this is how everybody gets clarification on all the subtopics. And then thereafter, one group leader would make a presentation in the classroom, maybe second day. And the whole group is going to defend their point of view, their solution. Now, what happened in the whole classroom? Teacher was not delivering knowledge. Teacher was raising issues. Teacher gave assignments, and those assignments were done in the classroom. And the way they did this assignment, that way was structured, and the discipline and learning environment and creativity environment was created in the classroom. So by doing that, the most difficult aspect, the highest order levels of cognition, they were delivered in the classroom. One. And simultaneously, the soft skills were developed by the teacher being facilitator. This is what is flipped learning, and this is how you can develop a flipped learning mode of classroom teaching in your classes. If you have any doubts on this, you're most welcome to discuss it.
Participants can post. Otherwise, if you raise your hand, I can make you co-host. You can talk directly also. Anything? Just raise your hand. Otherwise, you can post. I can make you co-host. Please Please unmute by yourself. I am going to mute all. It is better. Okay, attendees are unmuted themselves. You can talk directly.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I have a question. As you said in the discussion that in flipped classroom, the homework it is purely reverse. The classroom activity we performed at home and home activity we perform in classroom. Can you elaborate with example, especially when the class is related to engineering? How could it be, sir?
Anything which, like, the content, critical knowledge, and its explanation, all that can be shared on learning management system in the form of self-instructional text. Number one, design. Number two, a video which you took from YouTube and you edit it related to your learning outcomes. And then if you find some gap, still you think that some students will not be able to understand that. So you create your own video and share that. So by doing this, you have not taken even a single class, physically or online. So what you did, on learning management system, you share video and along with some questions so that they think and they read and they go through that video also. So sitting at home, they have done all that which you teach in the classroom in routine. Now, when they come to the classroom, you place some high order questions on learning management system, they come prepared, and then you organize group discussion in the classroom. And that group discussion should not be a vague one, that you raise some question and somebody is raising hand and somebody says, so one or two only, they would reflect. So you design that interactive activity in such a manner where everybody is engaged.
Okay, sir.
So that doing now in the classroom is more engaging, more interactive, more active.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes.
See, for a particular MOOCs course or purely online course, sir, when the participants are in thousands in number, maybe more than that. In that scenario, when we are going at taking the live classes, how to divide the people into groups?
See, as far as online teaching is concerned, but then you have to devise different kind of ways. One thing is that, like you will also have some breakout sessions here. You have a provision of breakout sessions. So what you can do is you can, take, some groups on the basis of, like, if there are thousands, it's very difficult. You can't have such kind of things. But there, what you do is, like, I've got some experience of EDX and Coursera courses. What they do is they give you some kind of assignments. And those assignments are such, like, for example, in swim, you don't learn that deeply as you learn EDX or Coursera courses. Why so? Because, once you taught something, then in skill-oriented courses, those people scaffold you. For example, they will teach, they will demonstrate through videos or something like that. You can download those videos, you can see them again and again. And then you are asked to do some assignment. You do that assignment. And once you complete that assignment, you upload that assignment, and thereafter, through a blind review, they send your assignments to different people. They are going to give feedback on that assignment. And your assignment is sent back to the person along with the remarks of your video or of your assignment. And on the basis of that, you are going to improve that assignment, resubmit it. And they keep on doing that work till you achieve minimum level of mastery. Minimum level of mastery. Somebody can go beyond that, but they have set their standards of minimum levels. So most of, like, one of my students, she started working on digital storyboards. Even I was not knowing about that. I didn't know how to develop digital board. She was not knowing it. So we found some course on EDX about digital storytelling. She learned it. She sent it five or six times the same assignment on the basis of the recommendations, on the basis of the reflections. So more important thing is, when you learn something, the more important thing, you do something, and on your work, there is some objective feedback. And on the basis of that feedback, you improve upon. You resubmit it. And you keep continuing this process till you achieve mastery level. If you're designing new courses in such a manner, probably you can do it. But as discussions are concerned, if it is in thousands, probably you can't get into even breakout sessions that way.
Sir, may I add for this one, sir?
Yeah.
Actually, in future launch, since 2017, I completed almost 380 courses from future launch, sir. Whatever
Yeah.
you told, actually here the assignment of the any learner participant, if you submit, automatically the software itself, they design, it will send to the other participant, they review and they will give the feedback, it will come to your mail. At the same time, study group, even though they are creating some group, those who are like-minded people, they can join and they can share their thoughts. In discussion forum is for whole. At the same time, here Cisco WebEx, what we are using right now, this one we can accommodate thousands. And here enable breakout sessions are also there, based on automatic and manually also. This one is provided by ISTEM, Indian Science, Technology, Engineering and Facilities Map, IIS Bangalore. Even anybody in India, other teachers, students, scholar, institution they are providing free of cost.
Very
Even
good.
myself, I motivated many teachers. They got, if GNDU, I don't know about GNDU. I think you are using Zoom and now Google Workspace. What I got from GNDU teachers.
Yeah.
But this is very good, sir. Free of cost, sir.
Good. Very good. Yes.
So any other? So I'm again allowing to participant to unmute themselves. You can speak. Anybody? Anyone? You can speak directly, no problem. If you don't have anything, may I request, sir, thank you so much for your elaboration. And we started with a discussion. Dr. Professor Asim Sinha, sir, is a senior teacher of School of Technology, basically from chemistry, is a good friend of mine, is a senior friend, I can say well-wisher, and very critic, is divergent thinking. That is why he initiated that type of, and he fond of welfare of department and university. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. Srutaswini Gogoi, Assistant Professor, Department of Philosophy, Moran College. With the help of them, we are organizing this one in sponsored by ICSSR-NERC. Ma'am, Srutaswini, ma'am, going over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. I am highly delighted to offer vote of thanks to you, sir, Professor Amit Kausar, Dean, Faculty of Education, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, Punjab. We are honored to have you with us today. I am extending heartiest gratitude for accepting our invitation and sharing your knowledge with us through your presentation on digital initiatives and fleet learning. So you have mentioned that 1,000 Indian universities, including 40 to 45,000 colleges, are responsible for quality of higher education. Sir, you have rightfully explained about National Institutional Ranking Framework and the parameters of world ranking, including different aspects concerned with it. You have discussed about the challenges of Indian education, which is more theoretical, and the reason identified you is the country overburden of work. Education should be reflective, participatory, and interactive, and teachers must have knowledge on effective linguistic skills, soft skills, and ICT, etc. A teacher must have decent competencies to make students competent and for a successful education program. The aim of teaching learning system is to develop a quality environment, attitude, etc. Here you have given reference to Bloom's new taxonomy and the flipped classroom, along with the steps of creating flipped classroom. So your presentation made our day. because during this pandemic situation, we started learning many new concepts and theories and trying to apply practically, which are really helpful for our knowledge development and professional development. We started using online learning methods more and discovering many things already given, but earlier we were not aware of all those things. So thank you so much, sir, for your intellectual and highly relevant presentation. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Sir, if any participant have any queries, I contact you, sir, through mail or WhatsApp. Thank you so much. Now, sir, one thing, I'm going to use now digital capabilities. Already I shared with Professor Deepa ma'am. There are 12 capabilities are there. Is a Concordia University from Canada, sir. It takes almost 20 minutes. Automatically, it will generate 7 pages reports.
Great,
And
great.
is a skill, yes, sir. It is skill acquisition, 5 levels, novice, beginners, intermediate, expert, and advanced. This is time to recall your supervisor. When I attended RC, he talked on the same topic, competency. Still, we are talking about competency. It is our duty to move above expert and advanced level when India will move. Still, I remember, sir. So that is why I recalled your supervisor and I collected this tool. We are going to do hands-on activities now, sir.
Great, great, great. Wish you all the best. Okay,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Bye, sir. Right. Now I'm going to share my screen.
Now, actually, I want to say something here. Before starting your hands-on activities, it's my duty to introduce you. Although everybody, you are a very known figure to all, but it's and you are the main coordinator of this 21-day international FDP workshop program. So it's my duty to introduce you. Those who are new, they can have a introduction about it. Okay. So, Sir has completed his MS from Sri Venkateswara University in 2005. He completed his MA in philosophy in 2012 from the same university, and he achieved 2 gold medals in philosophy. He's completed PhD from Sri Venkateswara University in 2009 and FDP in 2012. Sponsored by ICSSR. His areas of specialization, actually, those are moral values, personality, professional development, ICT in education, research methodology in education, teacher education, higher education, philosophy of education, sociology of education. And he has a good number of publications, books and articles, and he has published many research articles in many international and national conferences, and he has authored many, almost 22 books. And he has already completed more than 400 MOOC courses, and 10 is still ongoing. And he has presented 148 research papers in Indian and international conferences, and he delivered so many research-based talks, and he is a regular visitor to Guwahati SRDC and all the SRDCs of Indian universities. So, a very welcome, sir. And I hope our participants will be benefited by your hands-on activities. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful words. I'm going to share my screen first. Only I will take a few minutes presentation, then we go for hands-on activities. I am requesting any participant, he or she, madam or sir, scholar or student, anybody, be ready to share your screen. I'm going to make you co-host. You can do voluntarily and you will get your report immediately. Right. So whenever I'm always taking few slides for you. Right. So digital capabilities. Why I selected this? First of all, good afternoon to one and all. Even resource person previous Professor Amit Kausar, Dean, School of Education, Guru Nanak Dev University, Dr. Srutaswini Gogoi Madam, Coordinator, MORAN College, and noble participants. Even senior professors are here from Gali Radhakrishnan sir from Sri Venkateswara University, Asim Sinha sir from NEHU, and Subbarayadu sir from Tirupati. Many all over India, even some foreign participants also. Good afternoon to one and all. Here, why I selected digital capabilities. In general education, we are using always knowledge, attitude, skills. But above skill according to the dictionary, if you see any etymological meaning, ability to do anything, an ability to do anything. Suppose a teacher, you need teaching skill, learning skill, research skills, classroom management skills, and life skills, soft skills, global skills, 21st century skills, so many types of skills. Above skill, we need a competency item. So competency, according to the dictionary, again, there is no difference. But if you go through the review of literature, sir told JNU professor, always they're sharing their presentation or delivering lecture with research findings. Even in our NEHU also, we have Professor D.V. Kumar sir from sociology, Professor Srikant sir from political science, and some other professors also. Even our own department, late Professor Henia. So they have innovative ideas, thinking they're different. So other teachers also they have, but those who are coming from JNU, DU or HCU. So now this state university like Guwahati University also. So some teachers, Professor Jogin Kalita sir have association since 2018. Being an assistant professor, but I'm going and acting as a resource person many places. So I'm learning many things. According to 21st century, sharing is knowledge. Maybe many things I'm going to share the same thing, but for the purpose of our participants, those who are attending regularly, I'm going to provide you new tool, because some of participants they already completed the digital capabilities. So how innovative tool is there, how innovative you are, you can assess by yourself. So here competency is a bunch of skills plus attitude plus knowledge. But etymological meaning, according to dictionary, there is nothing, but a research finding, they are defining like that. It is our duty to take research findings. So above competency also, when I was reading some article, I came to know about the capabilities. We know, but the research definition. So capability is equal to knowledge plus attitude plus skills plus capacity. In the inaugural address also, Professor Harshi Patel sir, MSU, Baroda or Vadodara, sir also tell, if you have skills, if you have positive attitude, but capacity, it is need. So some of participants, they have maybe something, but they don't have capacity to buy their laptop. Nowadays, the COVID-19 pandemic, digital divide is also more, the gap is more. So we are not unable to think. Now I'm always thinking by myself and questioning to others, how many we have cell towers are there, network coverage before pandemic and during pandemic. To up to my knowledge, I have never got any information. They are going to are already established, constructed few towers. So many people I'm getting every day after even though I'm completing the workshop at 4:30 or 4:45, but I have work up to night 10, 11 also. They are texting, sir, I'm because of network issue, I'm unable to. Yesterday I stopped actually, because it is better to utilize the same whenever workshop is going on, I'm going to share with you within 20 minutes. It is better to fill, because we have other activities also. I'm always ready myself and my for to serve you better quality service. Here the main purpose of this program or this session, digital capabilities, where you are, whenever you are traveling, it is your duty to know where you are. Suppose I'm in Shillong, Police Bazaar or Polo. So until unless I don't know the place, it is not possible to move, because where I am, it is your duty to think about, to assess yourself. There are 12 digital capabilities are there, and where you are, whether you are a novice or beginners or intermediate or expert or advanced, which, so it is your duty to check. So the first slide always they are already saw told learning styles. Based on learning style of the student or a participant, it is our duty to teach. What you want, it is my duty to provide. What I have, it is So maximum resource persons, why they are not successful? Because they are providing what they have. It is better to think about the participants, what they want, and based on the situation. So because context is important, place is important, purpose is important, person is important. So here auditory, visionary, kinesthetic, the major 3 types, but 7 types. So yeah, solitary, social, logical, physical, verbal, oral, and visual. Those are always keeping earphone. It is better to provide content, material, resources in audio form. The podcasts are very good. Those who are always watching videos, they are visionary. Those who are not able to sit in the same place doing some activities, pragmat is learning by doing. It is better to give some activities for them. So this one is a learning outcomes. Even Professor Amit Kausar also told this is the first actual NPE, National Policy on Education here, new education policy. We have NPE 1986 and 1992. Here in NP, here NEP, National Education Policy, National Policy on Education. This is a difference actually. 1986 National Policy on Education, NPE. This is New Education Policy, NEP 2020. But in education and teacher education, since 2004 and 5, we are using learning outcome, National Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education and School Education, NCRT and NCTE. They are already introduced these things, but this is the first 21st century policy. They are proposed learning outcome curriculum framework, LOCF we are calling. I don't want to read all these things. I'm going to share this one through my blog. You can go through it. National curriculum here, science of learning. Actually, we are always concentrating about a few things as a teacher here, maybe some university teachers, college teachers, school teachers, students, here education psychology, but we are limited to this one right now in the teacher education psychology and teaching. But what about this one, neuroeducational neuroscience? What about neuropsychology, the science of learning? Professor, we have Manmohan Singh, former dean of School of Education, NEHU, so from Punjab, is a science education, professor of science education, science of learning. Professor Sungo ma'am also in her keynote address during inaugural session, she told teaching is not only arts, even science also. Though science of learning, science of teaching is very important. Now, even Dr. Asim Sinha sir also informed about the pedagogy. Here, we need not only simple pedagogy, we need neuropedagogy. Here, learning, function, and emotion. Right now, we are using only say school psychology. Even myself, I delivered lectures on educational neuroscience, but it is the time to think about neuropedagogy here, neuropsychology, neuroscience, psychology. The NEP 2020 is going to stress a multidisciplinary approach. So our Northeastern Hill University Teachers Association, in collaboration with the Education Department, going to organize a national level panel discussion on 14th September on NEP 2020. So we are going to give few suggestions also here. Neuropedagogy is very important. Earlier, the department teachers and students are there. Maybe it is my department. I don't want to concentrate on the curriculum or syllabus of the others. No, not now. Now it is your duty holistic. So yesterday, ma'am, Jyoti ma'am, doctor, and Chennai sir, they told about the holistic. It is our duty, both integration of mind, body, coordination is very, very important. The same way, brain-based learning, mind-based learning, ICT integrated learning, philosophical, psychological, sociological, technological, many aspects. It is our duty. So here, this is also one of them, because some of new participants are there. That is why I'm showing this one. Some of they have the content knowledge, but not pedagogical knowledge. Some teacher educate, they have pedagogical knowledge, content knowledge, but no technology. But we need TPAC, we are calling technological, pedagogical, content knowledge. If you don't have, that is why teaching learning centers, Pandit Madan Mohan Malaviya's and UGC HRT's Human Resource Development Centers and others. Especially, actually, we proposed this one by observing teaching learning centers at Australia, UK, USA, and other foreign countries. Here, the pedagogy and technology. That is why digital capabilities are important. Here, you can see all the research. This is a research find. That is why technology and pedagogy, they are identified. This is a must. So this one already Amit sir told, no need to we are just applying, we are trying to require our students to apply whatever you learned in the daily classroom. But what about analyzing? What about evaluating? What about creating? So creative. According to Steve Jobs, Indian software employee, they are more hard workers but not creative, except few. So we need a creativity. The curriculum we need out of the box, so many things. So even Asim Sinha sir asked a few things. It is not possible to include each and everything in the curriculum, but as a teacher, you have freedom to learn anything to teach. Even AICT is also introduced Bloom's taxonomy based teaching and learning. Quick Quip. I also delivered a lecture at Jarahat Engineering College and Assam Engineering College, because the teachers from engineering, they know about technology, but application of technology is missing. So it is better to integrate. A person of education, I know how to teach, how to learn. The cone of learning experience, it is always better. I don't want to read because of time. Here you can see 90% of what we say and do, you can remember after 2 weeks. So it is better. Simply don't ask your students and kids, family members would read. It is better to move here. The presentation participation is very, very important. Edgar Dale, 1969. The actual learning is important. Passive is not good. So 95% what we teach someone, you can remember. So this is Bloom's taxonomy. Digital tools are there. I'm going to provide you 101 teaching tools, Web 2.0 teaching tools, and 300 learning tools. 31st August up to 31st August, only 200 learning tools they provided. Now, yesterday, when I was delivering lecture at HRDC NEHU on educational neuroscience, I found 300 learning tools. Now they added 100 more tools. This one, myself and Dr. Shrutosni Gogoi ma'am, we are working together for the benefit of the academia. Search, select, study, skillful, store, share, and smart. This one we delivered at Arpit course Pune also. It is available in YouTube or for videos. In the University of Leeds, I completed 4 courses how to search content. Maybe you are also searching, but some tips are there. If you use, I can give money, but I can't give time to you. Time is some common for same for all. Citizen of UK, USA, India, or anybody. It is your duty to utilize the time in the right way. You can't control time, but you can utilize time. Here, 5Ls model is also very important. Like, love, learn, live, and live. Whenever you are liking and loving, your difficulty level will come to 50%. It is better. So what are the digital, just a 2-minute video you can watch, and we'll move to hands-on activities and be ready. Any participant? I need one participant. Just a 2 minutes video you can see.
Hello.
Please unmute by yourself, participants, please. Thank you. So this is about here you can ICT proficiency. All these things we'll go through the So building digital capabilities, the 6 elements, everything will come through the tool itself. So here, this is the link, and I am going to provide everything with all the participants. Now I need one participant. Please, anyone, I'm going to stop sharing. I can allow you to share your screen. Anybody? Abhishek ji, are you ready? You raised your hand. Abhishek ji, are you there? Okay, no problem. Who is ready? I'm going to allow you to unmute. You can, anybody, anyone?
Yes, sir, I am ready, sir. I am ready.
Okay, okay.
But share
Abhishek ji,
permission
just
is
1 minute. 1 minute. The sound is coming from you or what? The sound is from you.
no, I think someone
From
else.
your side. Okay, okay. Rosie. Wait, I'm muting them. It's my sincere request, please mute by yourself. For the benefit of the participation only, I'm giving this opportunity, but you are misusing. Now, Abhishek ji, now you are allowed to share your screen. Please share your screen.
Yes, sir. 1 minute. Sir.
Side by side, those participants, I'm going to share this. You also, it is your duty to do by yourself. Just I'm posting 1 minute.
Okay.
Yes, I got it. So YouTube viewers also, I'm posting for you first. Please, you can do by yourself. This tool, YouTube users, I posted in the YouTube. Right, for our participants, Cisco WebEx, I posted here, please. Abhishek ji, please open this tool. So, Dr. Abhishek Pandey from Rajasthan, Manipal University. So he is a regular visitor, participant of our programs. Which of the groups do you mostly? So you are a teacher, sir. You can select a faculty. Then how would you rate your overall? Here, first one is novice. Second is nothing, means beginners. Third is intermediate. Fourth is expert. Fifth is advanced. Next. Here, ethical citizen. 1 minute, sir. Ethical citizen. See, it is our duty to be ethical, be moral. Because of lack of ethics only, the Vinod Kamble, you can see the Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kamble are best friends and best players. Now, where Sachin Tendulkar is and where Vinod Kamble? Because of lack of morality, lack of ethics, and some other things. Even ILP, even some other things also, match fixing. So it is our duty to be moral and ethical in our life. You can do so. I respect diversity when communicating with others. Being careful to avoid offense. Yes, it is better. Even some of participants or students, scholars, you are getting some phishing mails, messages. You got this award, you got this much, that one. I am finding your mails and your contact details. So don't respond to the type of mails. Better whenever you are using your mail or system, go to incognito mode. Don't use normal mode. It is better incognito mode. Whenever you are go to next. Incognito mode. So second one is the technological skills. What type of technological skills you need? It is better to understand these first objectives are also, but because of time, we here never, not likely, sometimes likely, always. This is a frequency. I strive to develop an understanding of artificial intelligence, its impact on education, society, culture, and politics. So Dr. Subhash Arya from NEHU itself is going to deliver on application of artificial intelligence for professional development. You can do it. I like learning about new trends in technology. It is always, I'm going to provide you 101 Web 2.0 tools. So Abhishek ji is doing, I am posting those information in the chat box. You can keep with you. You can do, sir. You continue. Digital for learning. How you can use digital for learning? So for the purpose of participant benefits, I posted in the chat box about my blog. The first post, you can go through it. You will get 101 Web 2.0 teaching tools, 300 learning tools, A to Z of everything, softguide.net, and one ebook also, 10 best teaching practices. Everything is available. Please go through it and you can keep with you. So information literacy, this my slide also, it told the same thing here. You can see I normally look more than top 3 search skill results. Actually, whenever you are searching, it is better to put double inverted quotation, then you will get exact and filtered 90%. I know how to use wide range of strategies when searching for information beyond Google and Bing. Example here, Commendex, Eureka, Schools Library. There are so many other tools are also there. If you know, it is always you are doing. I experiment with the different keywords. If I am here not getting the search results I am looking for, better to go for advanced search results Google for copy to avoid copyright issue and plagiarism. Creative Commons, there are various types of Creative Commons are there. Some content you can edit, something you can use commercial purpose, but something you can't edit, you can't use for commercial purpose, only share alike. So it is your duty to give credit to the author. Whenever you are searching, always is a very important research ethics, integrity, your research integrity. Next, collaboration. NEP 2020 is also stressing collaborative learning. There is now the gone. Doing research by single department or single teacher. It is better. Diversified thinking we need. Diversified views we need. So if you have, it is better to change. According to Mahatma Gandhi, if you want to change from others, it is your duty to change by yourself first. Otherwise, it is never happen. It is your duty to always be ready, welcome change, welcome problems, face the problems. Don't keep away from the problems. Problems are stepping stones for success. It makes you more stronger and stronger. So communication is very important. My humble request to all the participants, whenever you are delivering lecture, you are interacting, even some of the participants, Sonali, she asked Asim Sinha sir while asking question, sir, please on your video, because verbal communication is very, very important, even non-verbal along with the non-verbal communication. At the same time, non-verbal communication is important along with verbal communication. It is your duty. Communication is equal to verbal plus non-verbal. If you are using only one mode, this is not no active. It is not at all. So according to UK report, whenever you are writing, sending mail or something, writing only 10% you can communicate. Producing content is very, very important. Not only using content, whatever is available in internet, slide share, slide player, slide share, reservoir of presentation. You can suppose I prepared my slide. It is my duty to post, upload in the purpose of academia in the slide share or somewhere. What I'm doing, instead of doing there, what I'm keeping my own blog, I'm created the content management, more than 101. I think right now 112 PPT or posts are available. Since 2018 April, I'm posting everything. I encourage learners to consider here appropriate rules and conversations when using variety of digital communication methods. Blog, I told about blog since here. It is your duty to create blog. Even have one hands-on activities, blog based. Inclusion and diverse needs. So someone, it is your duty, are not able to listen here, it is your duty to provide visual content. That is why based on learning needs of the students, learning styles of the students, our duty to provide the content. Inclusiveness is very important. Professor Veera Gupta ma'am from NUPA, I'm always inviting her to deliver on inclusiveness. NEP 2020 and a panel discussion also, and 2-day international workshop, international workshop. She came as a panelist and keynote speech on June 24th and 25th. So here I consider he suitably a tool based on the needs of here met before using cultural, physical. Yes, it is very important. Albania, the participants, the personal development, what they do whenever you are asking something in India, our culture, yes means we are always shaking your head up and down. No means horizontally, but it is a reverse in Albania. If you are going to Albania country, if you are giving non-verbal communication gesture like this, they can understand. Japanese, they close their eyes in the meeting for deep thinking. So it is your duty for intercultural competency. There is one tool I'm going to provide you through hands-on activities in coming days, how much you have intercultural competency you have. So you can assess by yourself. There are so many tools. No need of any external expert. You can do by yourself. Next. Here, problem solving. I told about problems. It was better welcome problem solving. ICT, I can give you 3 or 4 platforms. You can solve your problems. Here, public portal is there. Interact with the Prime Minister, President, Secretariat, RTI, online RTI. So those who are below poverty, no need to pay any single rupee. For others, you're supposed to pay 10 rupees only. So I have experience till date. I filed more than 100 RTIs for the interest of the public and myself, but not, I never use it to take revenge or something. Never think, because if you do the type of thoughts, it may be harm yourself only. Next. Critical thinking. This is one of the life skills. It is your duty to think critically. Here, critical thinking, problem solving, empathy, interpersonal relation skills. There are 10 types of World Health Organization identified. You can go through it. According to Aristotle, philosopher, they are always critical. Next, innovation and creativity. This is very, very important in the nowadays. For the growth of the institution, be innovative, be creative. I take part in innovative actions, but now no time, because I like to follow the time until unless because otherwise it is not good. I have another 7 sessions for hands-on. I can take the time. How innovative you are, you can identify, finish survey. Now I am sharing the feedback form in the chat box. You just look and fill, you will get immediately your certificate. Those who are not getting because of technical issue, please approach me, don't hesitate. But those who are really participated, they only. Be ethical by yourself. You will get immediately your certificate. Please submit. I'm posting to chat box. Now just 1 minute. Abhishek sir, you show the whole report to the participants. I will come within 2 minutes after posting the feedback in the YouTube. So go to first page, sir. Go to first page. I am watching you in the YouTube itself. Go to first page. Top. Yes. Now almost you are 1 minute. You will get certificate immediately. Please check your mail. Abhishek sir, you leave it here and you fill your feedback form. I will explain these things to our participants. Little bit scroll up.
Yeah, I am at top, sir. Top of the page.
Little bit. Scroll down.
Okay.
No, scroll up. No, up. I want to see that whole circle.
Okay, this one. Is this
little bit down. Little bit down.
Okay.
Yes, enough. Okay, now you fill your feedback form.
Okay, sir.
So Toswini ma'am, please check. You also fill feedback form and check the certificate. It's okay. No. Don't share your screen. Use.
Okay, sir. Sorry.
You can do your mobile.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Right. Otherwise, you can do after for a few minutes, no problem.
Sure, sir.
Copy
Sure.
it, right. So here 12 digital capabilities. Now you see almost SAR is 90% for producing content, and every aspect is good. And here information literacy also you are 90%, sir. So
Okay, sir.
scroll down little bit. Collaboration is also good. Communication, innovation, creativity, ethical citizen. Scroll down. Now the go to second page. Suppose if you want to think about, see here, scroll down little bit. You might be interested in the following resources. These resources, no, don't go. You download the PDF file. This is web page, na? Download the
Yeah,
PDF file. Yes, scroll down. Scroll down. Go to second page. Click second page. So
Yes, sir.
here, if you see exercising ethical citizenship in the digital age, ebook, ethics for digital era, 23 things module, CCE here, courses and workshop, Udemy here, ethical citizen. There are the 51 MOOC providers are there. Simply scroll down. It show to all the parameters, dimensions, and the tools. So wherever is a blue color, it is a hyperlink. You can click and you can download. You will get immediately. There is no need to wait. Okay, sir. You save it this one. So please go to my blog address. Everything is there. Yeah. Now you stop sharing. You stop sharing, sir.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Okay, sir.
Stop sharing. Good.
Yes, sir.
So this is about digital capabilities. There are some more information because of our schedule. I am not able to. Srutasri ma'am, are you there? Okay, I think ma'am is. So is there any queries? I'm ready to take your questions. If you have any queries, I'm allowing the participant to unmute by yourself. Don't make noise by all, please, for the purpose of others. Anybody, anyone. You can speak. You are
Sir,
allowed to speak. Yeah.
Sir, in your presentation, you talked about some MOOCs courses on University of Leeds. Can you please just give a little brief of it,
This
sir?
one I have, okay, I will note down, and please you can attend regularly, sir. We have other 7 hands-on activities. One day I'm going to provide you this MOOC on how many things. It is actually future learn.
Okay.
www.future. I'm posting in the chat box. You create one account here. Okay. www.futurelearn.com, futurelearn.com. Simply go through it. If you have any queries, you can contact me also, no problem. I'm sharing my email address here. I'm going to make you after this workshop, 2-day workshop, international workshop on MOOC itself. So how to create. There is one course developed by Kanpur University, IIT Kanpur, MOOC on MOOC. Course itself is a MOOC on MOOC. How you can develop MOOC course by yourself. So any other?
Thank you,
Any
sir.
other? Welcome, Abhishek ji. Any other? This is the opportunity to speak. Come forward to share. According to 21st century, sharing is knowledge. If you are not sharing, otherwise I will, yeah, please. Anyone?
Sir, if we want to participate for presenting anything on MOOC also, how can we do that?
So if you want to develop a MOOC course, it is a, are you working in college or university?
I am working in college, sir.
Ma'am, actually the colleges right now, the MOOC coordinator is there for each institution. UGC is already directed. So
Okay.
you may be affiliated to some of universities. It is better to approach who is a MOOC coordinator in our NEHU. Professor Singh sir from linguistic department is a coordinator, I think, for MOOC. So every university they have one coordinator, and the government of India, Ministry of Education is providing funds also to develop MOOC. It is not another thing. This is my observation only. See, if you go through my blog, you can integrate e-text, video, discussion forum, evaluation, everything.
Yes, sir.
You can better to, instead of only for keeping one, only thing is how to make is a review, and that is assessment. But if you set up at institution level, through blog itself, you can offer a course. Now see, now you are attending the program, immediately you are getting the certificate. Why can't we
Yes,
do
sir.
with the help of a blog itself? So I have innovative idea, without spending single paise also you can do. But those who are sitting at a higher level, senior most, I don't want to criticize them, but if you are not aware, you are not in a position to share those innovative ideas. So that is
Yes,
why
sir.
wherever I'm doing as a resource person, I'm sharing my blog. So see, if we will get A to Z, I'm just simply doing, if something is not available, what I'm doing, I'm taking click through my mobile, I'm keeping my Google Drive. That's why 7S model. Search, select, study, skillful, store. You can store in Google Drive and share through blog, URL link, and smart. So it is, that is why I put my Telegram group also smart, YouTube group also smart. So smart
Okay.
education, it is our duty to become smarter. Gupta ma'am, I think you are going to present international workshop conference. Here, this is the time to inform. On 6th and 7th, we are organizing 2-day international conference. This is closed one only. Invited teachers are presenting their paper, because the students, scholars, those who are newly learners at university levels, it is your duty how the teachers are presenting their paper, how that you can interact. Next time after this workshop, faculty development FDP, we are going to give open invitation. Those who are interested, even I and accommodate students also to present your his or her paper. So this is closed. I'm going to share you registration link today night in the Telegram group. You can do it. Any other?
Sir,
Sir,
thank you, sir.
sir,
Please.
one question from my side, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, the question is regarding LMS, sir, Learning Management System.
System, yes.
Yeah, sir. Actually, during this 21 days, do we have any class specific to various learning management system available for
Actually,
learners?
Abhishek sir, if you want really, you go through my blog. I'm
Yeah, sure.
always delivering this LMS and CMS at Pune University, HRDC Pune. Dr.
Okay.
Ramalingam, Pancha Ramalingam sir, it is regularly inviting. I'm taking assessment tools for Savitribai Phule Pune University, HRDC, and LMS, CMS for HRDC, Pondicherry, and Gauhati University is almost all type of. In NEHU HRDC also I'm taking as a neuropedagogy, neuroscience, and next time, ma'am, Karbuli ma'am, Doctor, Associate Professor, she asked to deliver on blog-based learning and content management. So that time I can, because this is a given, within a given time, it is not possible to cover each and everything. That is why keep on I'm doing. Last 3 months, almost we organized 18 workshops. So in the month of October or November, with the help of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, our HOD, Dean, our faculty members, we are going to organize. Surely I will do one program on LMS and content management. Any other? Dr. Ranganayaki or someone started? Anyone? Dr. Asim Sinha, sir, do you have any query or may
No, not exactly. Not exactly. I'm sorry that I joined your session late.
No problem, sir. No problem. I am always available for you. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you. I know that. Thank you.
Any other? Any other? Please.
Sometimes listening to questions also important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listening skills, sir. Listening skills.
Yes.
The quarrel between wife and husband because of lack of listening skill only. Even though I'm unmarried, but I have as a philosophy student, I can read the mindsets of the people. So please listen.
Yeah.
Nowadays, is a listening skill is very important. Anybody? Okay, Ranganayaki posted, doctor. We'll ask in future. No problem. Any other? Especially, I need a question from students.
Sir, have you shared the feedback form?
Sir, yes, sir. Again, I am sharing. You can fill, sir.
Yeah.
Again,
Because
I'm sharing. You can fill.
I missed it.
Yeah, just I posted again.
Thank you. I got it. Thank you.
Please check your emails, all the participants before leaving. If you have not received, I can do something. YouTube viewers also, please submit your feedback form. I'm posting again here. If you have any queries, you can contact me through my mail. I'm providing my mail address also. YouTube viewers, my humble request, you can join Cisco WebEx because we can accommodate 1,000 participants. It is not good. It's a passive learning. I'm really not interested because of future purpose only. I'm giving live. Otherwise, I can supposed to stop. Some of participants, because of network issue, you are doing like this, but be active through Cisco WebEx. Anything? Okay. Otherwise, I'm declaring today's session is over. See you tomorrow at 2 p.m. exactly. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.